Today I'm going to do something I didn't think I would do a year ago, and that is returning to the Dead Regi Trio. Yes, I said I wouldn't touch on them since the last video I made on them. Well, I came up with an idea a few weeks ago to see how I could change them to be better and work in VGC if they were in the mainline games. This video was pretty fun to make, because I learned some things about the trio that I didn't know until now, and hope you guys enjoy it as well. I got the info for their base stats using the Clover wiki, which was incredibly helpful for the making of the video. Shout out to the people who posted the stats there. The animated sprites I'll be using in this video are made by Tomkatsu, who is a really good sprite artist. Thanks to him, they all have life in an ironic sort of way. Without further ado, I'll start off with the things all of them share. The trio all share a base stat total of 580. They're all part ghost type in relation to their normal types. And the surprising thing is that they even have the same abilities. Their main ability is weak armor, which decreases defensive hit by a physical attack and raises speed by 1. Curse Body and Shadow Tag are their hidden abilities. These are much more preferred than their main ability, so when I change the trio around, these will stay intact. Also, I won't increase or decrease their base stat total. They'll stay at 580, but the order and amount that goes into each stat could change. With this information out of the way, I'll start with Redroad. Redroad's stats in Pokemon Clover are the following. However, I would change them to this. Since Redroad would be the first dual rock and ghost type Pokemon, it would be a good Pokemon to run in Trick Room, hence why I decreased its speed by 20, increased its HP by 20, and made its defense and attack a little better. It's essentially a big boulder statue, so its speed changes here make more sense to me. Now moving on to the rest. I won't change its typing because of what I said before, but I would change its main ability to one called Eroding Encounter, which reads: the Pokemon's misplaced parts of its eternally decomposing body hurl towards its opponents as a final gambit, making them lose either 3/16 or 2/14 of their max HP at the end of each turn. If activated during a sandstorm, the Pokemon's misplaced parts of its eternally decomposing body land on the target Pokemon's field, dealing damage to any Pokemon that switching up to 10 times instead. If this wasn't understandable, this ability enables Redroad to act like a sandstorm without a set time unless it's knocked out, dealing a bit more damage than a sandstorm as well. If it's sent out when a sandstorm is activated, or a sandstorm activates while it's already in play, it changes to act like Stealth Rock. Only temporarily, however, since it lasts for 10 turns. This means the effects stay for that duration even if Redroad is knocked out before this time is up. This ability seems super OP because it has two moves that don't require a turn to be used. However, you've got to take into account that Redroad is to X weak to ground, grass, water, ghost, dark, and steel type Pokemon. Since most of these Pokemon are in any meta, it could be easily countered against. As for moves, I'll keep what it has the same, but I'll introduce a signature move, Rising Rock, which reads: the user reanimates parts of its body from the ground and rises them up to attack, not stopping for anything. This move bypasses Protect and is super effective against ground-type Pokemon. This move is exactly like Iron Boulder's signature move, except that it's super effective against ground types, to make it more fair to go against. Its accuracy is 75 just for that. That's Redroad made better. Redroad would work very well if in par with Tyranitar or Pokemon with Sand Rush, but if placed in a Trick Room team, it would be better if it's terrestrialized to grass and given Terra Blast. Regi's stats in Clover are the following. I would change them to this, however. This is basically due to its entry saying it's not fast, unless it's provoked and is able to achieve great strength as well. I feel like Regis would be like Speed Form Deoxys, but since it's a steel type it would be more defensive, and since its body is sharp its attack stat should be high. For its ability, I would change it like I did to Redroad's to one called Rusting Rage, which reads: due to the ever-rusting nature of the Pokemon's body, the pain powers up attacks if they become critical hits. When the Pokemon is hit by any attack at low HP, it retaliates immediately with Rage, making targets lose 5/14 of their max HP and increases its speed. This ability includes an effect of one of the best lucky skills that are used in Pokémon Masters, Critical Strike 2, but implemented into the main series games. Instead of increasing the attack's power by 1.5%, though, it's a 1.15% increase. This ability also comes in with a built-in Rocky helmet and speed boost that activates only once at low HP to make Regis good but not too good because of the one-time use. So unless you're not planning to use its signature move, that's coming up next with the ability, you can make teams focused around the second part. Granted, critical hits could always happen no matter the circumstances. But if you're not focused on getting them constantly, this could work. For its signature move, it would be called Razor Rub, which reads: the user uses the sharpest part of its body against a target, aiming for the weak spot, heightening the chance for a critical hit. Sometimes, though, the user inflicts damage using the rustiest part of its body, causing the target to flinch when it sees the wound it received. This move is basically like Urshifu's signature moves, but is nerfed so it doesn't become god tier thanks to its ability. The chance for opposing Pokémon to flinch is 10%, so the move doesn't become busted for that. There wasn't much I could think of for Regis, so that's it for him. Finally, onto Reimelt. These are its stats in Clover. However, I would change them to this. In my opinion, ice types weren't and still aren't people's first choice to use in competitive. However, Reimelt would be an all-rounder that can work well if snow is set up. I feel like it would be pretty bulky in HP, because only half of its body is gone, and though it is melting, in cold places it would be delayed. For its main ability, I would change it to one named Melting Misfortune, which reads: the Pokemon's freezing body makes its water, due to melting, go down to sub-zero temperatures, instantly turning into ice that frostbites frozen Pokémon. When a Pokémon becomes frozen from an attack from this Pokémon, it takes 20 damage every turn it's frozen until it decreases half of its max HP. If snow occurs when this Pokémon is on the field, or after it's sent out, the defense and special defense of opposing Pokémon are lowered by 3 instead. I came up with this ability because Legends Arceus had Frostbite, and thought that a form of it should be implemented into frozen Pokémon. It obviously is a death sentence if freeze lasts forever, so that's why I made the damage stop when health falls at half. Its second part of the ability is a glorified version of the Ruin Object Pokémon because the side that sets this ability up doesn't have its defense decrease because of the snow. This one's probably the most straightforward of the trio. Finally, for the last change in this video, the move, which would be called Slushy Slash, will have these effects. The user's melting mixture of ice and water easily freezes parts of bodies when making contact, increasing the chance for a Pokémon to become frozen. In snow, however, the user regains HP up to 20% of damage dealt instead. This move is Horned Leech and Ice Beam into one, obviously with different effects activating only in certain separate situations. I made it a physical attack because I don't see how Reimelt would be able to conjure ice from itself because it's missing half of its face and probably brain. That's really all I have to change about these guys. Again, this video wouldn't have been made possible due to the many people behind aspects of the trio, and to you guys, the viewers, who support these types of things. I appreciate you for watching, and if you have any ideas on what I can do, please say it in the comments. I always read them and show that I do. You can see that in every video 100% of comments have a heart from me. If you guys who have been returning look at my channel, you'll see that the thumbnails, titles, and descriptions for the Regi Trio videos have changed. If you want to know why, check out the community post I did on it. That's it from me. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't. This video took a while to make. Thanks for watching.